Hey guys, so I got these brushes, these 3 brushes right here in my BoxyCharm box this month. This one is a complexion brush. This is really pretty. I love just the style, it's so pretty and shiny. This one is a brightening brush, so like for concealer and stuff like that. It's kind of pointed, flat and pointed. So that'll get really good underneath there. I'm gonna try that today. And this one is a bronzer brush, and it's got like these, like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a bumpy like that, like a design or something. But these hairs are kind of coming up. I don't know if you could see that at all. They're like shedding. Nonetheless, beautiful brushes, but I hope that doesn't poke me. Okay, so this brush is actually pretty nice. Like, it blended really fast. So I want to see what it does when I put my brightening concealer. This is just concealer to cover my dark circles. I've been tired. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Photo Focus foundation. And I'm just gonna start on one side of my face, and I've been using a dry sponge because it gives good coverage. When you use a wet sponge, it's really good too for shearing out the product, but for me, I like it more full coverage, so I like whatever I'm using to actually keep the foundation that I put on my face. If you use a sponge and you wet it, it's gonna soak up that foundation a little bit. This is actually blending really good. It's super soft, like it's like taking nothing to blend. That's a good sign. This is the true test. Alright. Getting a little messy here. Typically I like to use my sponge for underneath here because I can keep it right where I want it. With this, the bristles are like pretty, it's not really dense, they're more spread out, and I think that's moving the product nice, but it can get kind of messy, so it's really just whatever you prefer, whatever you like. If you don't mind it just kind of going everywhere, kind of just more blending in wherever you want it, then that's fine. Still a good brush, I just don't know if I'm going to use it for this all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to take the sponge that I used and I'm kind of just going to press it in right where you can see like the lightness meets the foundation. It kind of just blends everything in. It's pretty. Okay, so now that the powder's on, I'm gonna go in with this bronzer brush. I'm a little nervous because I usually use a brush like this that's like really, this is dome shape and very like loose. Or this is a stippling brush that I usually use. So this one is like very dense. It almost looks like a foundation brush to me, not really for bronzer, but I'm gonna try it because it says bronzer, so I'm gonna try it and see what it does. And if not, I might just use this for a foundation brush. We'll see what happens. This says complexion brush. The bristles are more loose than this. So I would actually rather use this one as the bronzing brush, but for the sake of what it says on the brush, I'm just gonna use it. This also has hairs like sticking out, so I try to pull them out. I don't have like a scissor right now, but okay. So here we go. I'm gonna try this. If this does not put the bronzer on the way that I like it, I'm just gonna switch and use the other contour or the other brush that I just showed you.
What, Mom?
Why? Mom? So I'm not mad at this. This is just a different, it's a little different than what I'm used to, I guess, as far as bronzing brushes, but I like it. Like I said, I really probably would prefer this as a foundation brush though. But I'm not mad at this. It's getting everywhere that I want it and it's blending in nice. So that's the number one thing. Honestly guys, you can use different brushes for different things. Like they're interchangeable. I mean, usually it's just how they're shaped and how they fit your face best. I know a lot of makeup artists and stuff that use different brushes for different things that are not technically supposed to be used for that, but that's the fun of makeup. You can kind of interchange things and be creative, and that's what I love about doing makeup. So it's just fun to try new things. It's fun to get these brushes in and see what you can do with them and how you can use them, and I just love it. I love makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. as a primer right here on the lids. And as always, okay, so I went ahead and filled in my eyebrows off camera, and I'm going to use this Iconic palette. This is such a beautiful palette. It is right up my alley with the neutrals that are in here. Look at that. This came in the BoxyCharm box. Also, you guys know I love BoxyCharm. But I'm going to use some of these colors today. So I'm going to take this big stippling brush here. And I'm going to use, probably going to use Ultimate Tan, which is this color right here. And I love the mirror that this comes with. So I'm going to take this right here in the, right above the crease. So this will be my transition shade. When you're picking a transition shade, you kind of want to go for the color that's most your skin tone. So I like to kind of bring this up higher in the front of the brow and a little bit lower so it doesn't touch like the arch of the brow here. I love neutrals. I don't like to be too heavy-handed with the makeup. I know it seems like a lot to some people who watch these videos, but really it's kind of like basic foundation, a little bit of bronzer, you know, and then the powder just to keep it all in place so it doesn't go anywhere.
I need a bronzer.
You have one. What do you do with them?
I don't know how to remember them. Just a put on the thing.
Bet you if you look through those close-ups, it'll be in there. Okay, so I'm gonna take this brush. This is from Moda Pro. This is a blending brush. It's real fluffy. I don't know if you could see it. And I think I'm gonna go in with probably taupe de taupe. This one right here. And I'm gonna go in to the crease with this one. This is a pretty taupe color. It's not too dark. So if you guys don't know where your crease is, just like look forward, and right here in the hollow, that's where your crease is. That's where you want to put your product. And when you're doing it, you want to make sure that you're using a fluffy brush, because that's really going to it's going to spread the product really nice upwards into that transition shape, which is what you want. Okay, I'm just going to take this taupe color and I'm going to go underneath here. Make sure you're like winging it out, dragging it up. If not, there'll be like a space missing right in the corner of the eye. It's gonna look funny. Alright, and then I think I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm gonna try this Copper Me Fancy. No, I'm probably gonna do this Champagne Chic right here. And I'm just gonna put it right on the eyelid. Ooh, this is really pretty actually. Ooh, girl. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, yeah, I like this. Yeah. I'm gonna go back in with the blending brush. Just get the edges. The other side. You can use a brush for this, but honestly I feel like the finger melts the product into the eye and it just makes it pop that much more. Even when I do use a brush, I always go back in with my finger anyway, so it's just quicker.